What the fuck?
Memang dia nak start memang drama macam ni selalu.
Ya Allah, I macam, kenapa mic I rosak ke?
ah, Welcome back to another episode of He with Riffy Redzwan. Today, he talks to Farah Iqbal to have a conversation about being lost in translation. On this conversation, it means being lost in expectation versus reality in a situation where she has moved abroad, experienced certain expectations in the past that may have reflected differently now. This is her journey finding herself personally and professionally. Sometimes, the best part of getting lost is finding yourself. She reveals her challenges adapting to new life abroad, the culture and society, and shares how she copes with her mental health. Hello, Farah.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm so glad you wanted to do this with me, talking about Lost in Translation.
Thank you for the opportunity.
So I think we all know, I think literally lost in translation means you you misunderstood a language or you don't understand something, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this conversation, what I want to bring forward is loss in translation, specifically about our expectation versus reality.
Yeah.
And meaning to say that we have all sorts of expectations, and then we have a certain understanding, and what we translate something in the past and now may not be, the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So basically, what we may have want in the past and now is always changing. And then sometimes it's very pleasant, sometimes it's very disappointing or
Yeah.
frustrating, yeah. But
Mm-hmm.
we don't know where we are today, and for some people, the decision that they make, based on what they want, what success means to them, can give them, uh, some sort of happiness and some sort of resentment. So
Mm-hmm.
now we're talking about you specifically, whether be it in personal reason or professionally. I think I want to talk about finding love in this journey when you have decided to move to Oman
Mm-hmm.
for work. And now, can you describe your expectation versus reality experience? Have you ever been lost at all in your journey finding what's your purpose in life?
I think the biggest point of my life where I felt lost was during the pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
where like people getting sick all over. I mean, like even around you, people are getting sick, people are dying, and
Yeah.
you're just helpless. Like, oh my god, what can I do? What
Mm-hmm.
can I do to make the world a better place? Like, how can I contribute to society in a positive way? You know,
Yes,
at
yes.
at the same time, because of the nature of my work, we're always so busy. We're working until late, and I was just asking myself, like, what is even the meaning of doing all this?
Mm-hmm.
If there's like a bigger thing happening outside, and I can't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was one of the main things that I felt, that
Mm-hmm.
I can remember feeling,
Mm-hmm.
that I was questioning why am I here? What is the purpose
Yes,
of it?
yes. Have you figured it out? Have you figured it out just yet, or you're still figuring it out?
I'm still figuring it
Still figuring
out,
it out? Yeah.
but I mean, like, where I can help, I help, I
Mm-hmm.
guess, in some small little way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm still figuring it out.
Yeah. Have you ever felt lost along the way? Like,
Uh,
helpless, but you're independent, I know, as a woman who has a career abroad and you're very
mhm.
independent, but have you ever felt lost sometime in between where you feel like, almost like homesick, but not really? You know what I mean?
Okay, I to be honest with you, I've not been homesick since I've been here. If
Hmm.
my
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
if
good.
I but
uh,
um but I mean, because coming back to your first point on the expectation versus
mm-hmm,
reality, right? What I
mm-hmm,
expected to get what I expected my experience to be when I came here versus the
Mm-hmm.
reality of it was so different
Mm-hmm.
in terms of work that I was like, I
Mm.
felt really lost. At one point, I was just like, oh my God, why did I come here?
Mm.
Should I go back? All that kind of
Mm.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
So that
But
I believe that has been affecting you
yeah, it
a little
has.
bit, yeah?
A little bit.
N-
Yes.
Now go now how's your decision moving abroad has been affecting you because of the work related now? And then also what you were you expecting before you moved there and in your current situation?
Okay. So when I moved with the same company and
Mm-hmm.
basically doing the same job.
Mm-hmm.
So I expected like, okay, I don't have to relearn a new company environment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't have to relearn new systems or how to do a new job.
Yeah.
But what I didn't realize was how different the companies in say Malaysia and like
Ye-
the
Yeah.
company's culture in Malaysia and Oman
Yeah.
operate.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
one big thing for me is here I mostly work alone. Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't have a team. Whereas in Malaysia, you have that team support from the
Mm-hmm.
bosses to the like interns and everything. You just work in a team and you have that team support.
Mm-hmm.
So being used to that environment for 6 years and then coming here and you're just all alone, everything you have to handle alone and you have a lot
Mm-hmm.
on your plate, it's really demotivating sometimes.
Yeah,
But
does it
yeah.
have to do with culture as well? The difference culture between in Malaysia and over there? Or does it because of the situation that the company Malaysia probably where it's based and then there is you are your own, taking charge of your own work and yourself. Does it have to do with the culture or does it have to do with the workplace itself?
I think it's how the workplace operates.
Mm,
This is what I feel like. It's how
mm-hmm.
the workplace operates.
Okay.
So that was a lot to learn and take
So,
in.
yeah. How are you coping it for now?
Um, okay, if I'm being honest,
Mm-hmm.
last week I had like a really bad mental breakdown to the point I was just
Mm,
crying and like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this for a few
yeah,
months.
yeah,
And like, I don't know if I want to stay on in this role for for another year.
yes.
But I got over like one hurdle.
Mm-hmm.
So, so now I feel a bit better. So I just tell myself like it's okay. Let's just take it day by day.
Yes, yes,
Like give
yes.
yourself time to learn, and I mean it's a very steep learning curve at the same time. So just give yourself time to learn and
Mm-hmm.
experience things just slowly. Cannot rush things.
That's true. And then this is when the conversation comes in. But this is where you come in as well. I think you and I think, have experienced living abroad, studying abroad, working abroad. I think people in our country, especially Malaysia, have the idea that whenever we move abroad, they think we have the greatest life.
Yes.
Right? They have this idea about us that wow, we are so successful, we live abroad,
Yeah.
we are doing so well. But the fact that we sometimes struggle far way, worse than they are here, people
Yeah.
here in Malaysia.
Yeah.
And
And
then,
it's
yeah,
sorry.
go on.
And it's worse when when you make that decision alone.
It's true. Yes.
Like okay, I would say I'm an independent person. I don't
Mm-hmm.
mind things
Mm-hmm.
alone, even in Malaysia. Like I used to go out
Mm-hmm.
alone and all that. That's
Mm-hmm.
fine. But
Mm-hmm.
it's so different. I didn't realize this, but it's so different when you move to another country alone, where you barely know
Mm-hmm.
anyone.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. Number one, like if anything happens, you really don't have that support system.
No, I bet you don't. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have that. And then number two,
I mean, number two is just like sometimes
you
like
got nobody.
in
Y-
Malaysia, you're like, oh, come, let's hang out or something. Here, you're like,
mm-mm. And then you probably have some other circle of friends over there, but it's not the same.
yeah, it's
It's
not
not
the
the
same.
same. And I must tell you that I think I have had an experience moving abroad alone and then moving out as a family. I think both can be as equally hard. I
Uh
think
huh.
when I was alone, I was just alone. I think nobody was there, no family was there. I know I had some friends, but those are the friends that just for there for fun.
Yeah.
They're not there for to be the the shoulder to cry on. But then when you have a family moving with you, and it's also like it's affecting your partner, your family
Yeah.
members, because sometimes they quit their job to move abroad with you. So when I moved to America, I left my work here and then I started my life over there. And then
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was doing well and everything. After a year, oh my God, I think that's when the trauma started.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I can only imagine
oh, and then for
other
three.
people to be responsible for, you know?
Yeah, and then we start blaming each other. Itulah you nak ikut I nak ikut you,
Yeah.
Pasal nak pindah sangat, nak duduk sangat sini. But it's good. I think we when we make that decision, we are very very brave. I salute your courage.
Thank you.
Never feel that this is something that that it draws you to a point where it's weakens you,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
it strengthens you. But then you are very courageous to move there alone to a foreign place, especially a country that doesn't, well, they widely speak English, but then their native language isn't English. It's something that somehow you got to learn the
Yeah.
the back way to understand the culture, the language, the body language.
Yeah.
And those things can be very important, because if you may understand the sentences, but the body language doesn't speak the same way sometimes.
Yeah. Correct.
Then I think that's where the struggles come in.
Yeah.
And at workplace, I think can you give an because can you share an example, an experience for you? What happened there, whether you living in the in Oman, or whether it's in your workplace, that what triggers you when you had your mental breakdown?
Okay, so okay, so in Malaysia,
Mm-hmm.
how like I'm used to like doing a big client for a big client, although under that client there's a lot of companies, but it's one big client for a long period. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
here, like under me, I have the confirmed ones. I have about I think 11 or 12 companies that I have to do with all the same deadline,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have anyone helping me.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, it's like, you know, delay from client side. So at one point, you will end up working on like three, four clients at the same time, being chased by different bosses. Different bosses already have different styles of working,
Mm-hmm.
and like just learning about the having to learn about the client again. So that's just a bit
Mm-hmm.
overwhelming. Yeah.
It's like almost going back to square one.
Yes.
You already
Technically,
master of what you're doing. You're a master
yes.
of what you're doing. Suddenly, when you go there, you think you can do it, but it challenges you in a way that you didn't think before.
Yes. Correct.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to my colleague and I said like, okay, my biggest learning curve here is trying to juggle all these clients at one go.
Mm-hmm.
And these clients, well, these clients are
Yeah.
clients, like
Clients are
clients.
clients. Yeah.
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 But yeah,
Only I can say this. They sometimes can be quite a biatch.
I'm I'm not gonna risk my
No,
job and say
no, no, no,
that,
no, no. You're
but
not obligated to.
but you can take my laughter as, you know.
Yes, that's from me. That's from me. I used to have clients in the past, and I used to be a client, and I myself a bitch.
Macam tu
Okay,
lah.
yeah, okay, okay. Go on.
Yeah, so, I mean, like I was telling my colleague the other day, like the biggest learning curve for me here is not like learning how to do, like not learning the technical aspects of the job, or like
Mm-hmm.
it's just assimilating into the new culture and like how to juggle with all this new.
Mm-hmm.
It's like like you said, like learning a whole new thing again.
So anything again, and then and then I want to repeat this again. It's not just the skills, the sets of skill that you have, be it
Mm-hmm.
personal or professionally, on paper or in you.
Mm-hmm.
Going to a new place, you are going to learn everything all over again, especially the work culture, the people around you, the country.
Mm-hmm.
It's I think that is more challenging than your skills that you haven't acquired yet.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that can be detrimental sometimes. That for me, um I didn't have so much of the work itself. For me, it was a lot about me. When I moved to, I mean, America has been my second home for the longest time. And then
Mm-hmm.
recently, when I moved as a family, I was working in a workplace where I thought it was open about me being myself. You know,
Yeah.
and then at the end of the day, thinking about how open America is, the Western people are, they're not.
Oh,
So
really?
they're not, and I had issues with that. And I had issues with that. They look that they are okay with me being me, but then I realized that I think Malaysia are far more ex- accepting than that. You know?
I see.
So
That's
that was very shocking to me. That
yeah.
was something new for me that I didn't expect that to happen. Then again, coming back to this whole initial start of the conversation, the expectation versus reality, I expected that I'd be more welcome over there or
Yeah.
celebrated, you know,
Mm-hmm. Mm.
or love me for who I am. But
Yeah.
then it's not.
Oh
So
my
then
God.
after a while, I'm like, and started to feel all this emotion that I thought it was. First, I was a lot in denial, thinking that
Mm-hmm.
no, it's not. It's just me. It's just me. Then after a year long, I'm like, it's not me. It's really real. What they have been projecting to me, to how they treat me and whatnot, really demonstrate why I'm feeling like that. When you have mental breakdown towards your surrounding and your current situation, it's legit. It's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
And then we try to tell ourselves sometimes we for to go on another day and be like, I can take this. I
Mm-hmm.
can take this. But to a certain extent, I think we over, misunderstood ourselves.
Yeah.
That's when I get lost in translation. I discovered that was the reason of what I have been feeling all this while. I
Mm-hmm.
started to get frustrated and very
Yeah.
disappointed, and I kind of like resent the dreams that I had become
Yeah.
something very damaging to me.
Oh
So
my
this
God,
is
I understand.
affecting my mental health.
Yeah.
So, but I had no choice at the time. I had to leave eventually because then my son was born as well. I had to take care of
Mm-hmm.
him. So that's a whole another case. But in your case now, do you get the mental health support from your company? Would they be able to support you if you do have that, just to so that you can, do your job accordingly and at the same time maintain your well-being?
I don't know.
You don't know,
Like
huh?
I think
Okay.
here there's still a stigma about it.
Mhm. In Malaysia pun masih.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think the one good thing that I appreciate about my old company in Malaysia is they acknowledge it. They
Mhm.
acknowledge it and they have avenues for you to, like employee assistance program where you can see a counselor and all that.
Okay. For you to
Yeah.
get help. Okay. But not
Yeah.
not there just yet.
No, I think they're just trying to like, embrace it and take it in and make the necessary changes, but not
Mhm.
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna take some time because I think mental health treatment and all that, even just seeing a therapist, are very costly.
Yes.
They're very costly, and some insurance doesn't cover.
Yeah.
And then when you go to the public place, it's cheap, but it's not as good.
Yeah.
So I understand that. So that journey, it's difficult, but for now, are you able to maintain that coping mechanism, as long as you can, or do you think you have other ideation now? You start to think like, I probably want to go back, probably stay another year or two, maybe move to elsewhere. What do you think?
No, okay, even despite everything, I'm still not ready to go home yet. Like,
Yeah.
I think I've started to like Oman.
Yes.
I see that Oman has a lot to, there's a lot to
Yes.
do. It's a beautiful country. People are
Yes.
nice.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm not ready to leave yet. I don't
Okay.
know about my job. Maybe, I don't know. I'll give it a few more months and then I'll
Mhm.
reassess at the end of that period.
Okay, take one step at a time. That's a
Yes.
good approach to
Yeah.
begin with, yeah. And Oman is a beautiful place. I mean, memang
So,
cantik, cantik. And then people in Oman are a lot nicer too.
Yeah, they're very nice.
Very
I have
nice.
some
Yeah, very
money
nice.
friends and they're very nice.
Okay. Okay. Now after what you just shared with me, the challenges, how you cope, and the expectations in the past and the current reality, what is your dream and what do you hope to achieve in your life, be it personal or professional reason? You can also talk about be it in your relationship with yourself and others, with friends or family, be it
Mhm.
romantic or non-romantic, however fits you.
I think my biggest dream for myself is to just be happy.
Hmm.
Like, be happy with where I am, how I look,
Yeah.
be happy with the people around me, be
Hmm.
happy, especially to be happy with the decisions you make in life,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because it's not easy, so especially
Betul.
when you face a roadblock or something, then you're like, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
what did I do? Which
Betul.
is, which is common.
Betul. It's so common and it's like we always ended up being frustrated
Yes.
and then we cannot move on.
Yeah.
Can I think whatever decisions that we make, I think probably there's something to it for the future. Maybe not for
Yes.
now. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, that's a good way to put it.
Can you just have
Can?
to trust the process and
Yeah.
just trust in God.
I
That's the
love what
main
you
thing.
said. I love what you
Oh,
said.
alhamdulillah.
I'm gonna quote you that. Trust in yourself. I think that's key. And
Yeah.
trust in God if you're a believer, if you're
Yeah.
a person of faith,
Mm-hmm.
and trust that it would bring you somewhere that you may not even imagine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, good. And how do you find yourself again after being lost? And where can you regain your strength to move on and find love, either being yourself and God or anyone or anything? Like for me, I found myself again through my son, through my marriage, that
Mm.
I thought that when I decided to will change my life.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I thought I was going to be happy,
Mm.
but I was still the same me.
Okay.
Meaning to say, I was so unhappy before when I was single, and then
Mm.
when I got married, and then when I got a child, I was still unhappy. So then I learned that it has nothing to do with all that. It
Yeah.
has to do with me. So I found myself again through all of that's been happening to me, through the decision when I've decided to get married
Mm-hmm.
and stay in my marriage and have a kid and and raise him. But then I found myself again in me, meaning to say, and through God, of course, I found
Mm-hmm.
myself through me, and I started to feel like, you know what, it was me all along. It was me that I needed to fix. It wasn't anything that around just surrounding me.
Yeah.
What surrounding me was that the time was good, was great enough that I couldn't see it. I still
Yeah.
find that a struggle for me to look through it, like accept and adapt.
Mm-hmm.
It's still challenging, but then when I dig deeper, I decided to, look to reflect and then find that myself again through me myself. So what about you? How do
I
you find yourself again? Like when you go through this process in your life that you have moved to a mind, you're going through these challenges, you have a certain way of coping it. How do you find yourself back?
I think for me,
Mm-hmm.
this is what well, this has always been what I do if I have these kind of episodes, right? I
Mm-hmm.
just stop. I just stop. I pause, and then I think, okay, what is happening? Why is it
Mm.
affecting me? It's like relearning about yourself,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
then rediscovering and relearning about yourself, and then at the same time, you're like, okay, this is in the past from my experience. These are my strengths. This
Mm-hmm.
is how I cope with it, and then these are my weaknesses that I need to somehow find a way to get around it,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's just a day by day thing, and then even for weakness it doesn't mean that you're a failure, like you just
So.
have to learn to improve on it or like work on it or find a solution, but don't expect, for me I always tell myself, like, don't expect an overnight thing.
To
It's
change.
a
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
learning process, and
Yes.
don't be so hard on yourself.
Yes. Be kind to yourself
Yeah,
and take that baby step.
yeah,
A small progress is a progress.
yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
That's very
Yeah.
true. That's a lot.
Yes.
What I feel a lot of people don't understand.
Go to that moment to process your frustration, your when
Mm-hmm.
especially when you have to cry yourself out,
Yeah.
and then
Yes.
I
Cry
think
sampai
that's a good
mati lepak.
answer. That's a good answer of finding yourself.
And then I mean, like I said, like if you're a believer, just put your trust in God.
Yeah.
Like even every challenge that you have to go through, there's a reason for it.
Hmm.
There's it's always a learning point.
Yes. That's why I think apart from I think the show is being called He, apart from being me as he as a man, and then
Mm-hmm.
he is this because I have my son give me all this strength and whatnot. It's also he is in God. He is
Yeah.
the creator.
Yeah.
He is the reason that we live here in the world, and
Yeah.
for whatever reason that I think he knows best.
Betul. I
And
agree. Yeah.
we got to have faith, some form of faith. I think at this point I struggle sometimes, like when I don't get something I feel like I lost faith. Like
Yeah. I
merajuk,
understand.
you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And then be
Yeah.
like, tak nak lah, buat apa. And then when you lose faith, where else can you hold on to?
Correct.
But him, can.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
we got to go back and take yourself back in your faith and be like, trust, trust your journey. That
Yeah.
whatever decision that you have made, and then that's where you are today. I think this is your path,
Yes. Correct.
and
And
no
whatever
matter
you have to experience, it was meant to be experienced.
exactly.
I used to have all this material or like career punya
Uh,
aspirations, and
uh,
then I noticed that it becomes very detrimental to me.
it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at one point of my life, like every time it's my birthday, the day before, I'll sit down and I'll reflect. Okay, am I where on track? Am I where I want to be?
Mm-hmm.
And then it always ends up in like me crying, like because I don't feel like I am where I'm supposed to be or where I want to be.
Mm-mm.
I'm just like, it's okay. Just
It's
trust the.
okay. But you also like where you are now. You're in a
Yeah.
good place at the same time.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, yeah. I think being grateful it's also one thing. Like I'm not happy to live where I live today. I had to adapt. I had to adjust. I had to accept.
Mm-hmm.
But this isn't something that I imagine.
Yeah.
My expectation is elsewhere. So my body and my everything is here, but my soul, but my mind is elsewhere.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like I had the same struggle when I first came back from Dublin. I was like,
Yeah.
no, like I'm not meant to
No.
be here.
I think has to do with the globalization thing. I think everyone wants to have the dire feel to want to live somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Move around or something. But we know that when we move, it's not going to be a happy ending. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be
Yeah,
hard. We know that, but yet we still want that.
I think okay.
Okay?
I think the thing with a lot of people is they think that moving abroad solves all their problems.
But it's not.
Yes.
Yeah. And when I
And
moved abroad, that's when all my mental struggle started.
yeah, because you have a different perception, right? And
Huh.
then
That's all it started because of that, and the fact that when I say I want to move back and whatnot, everybody say you when you were there you're crazy. But the idea lah, the idea, the
yeah,
the social media idea,
yeah,
you could do this, you could do that. It's not
yeah,
just nicer away from here, but it's not the same as it in here. You know what I
mm-hmm.
mean? Can
Yeah.
so I think this one we have to break the sort of the cycle. I mean the break the idea where it's going to be challenging, and then if it happens to you, it's going to be an experience for you to remember, for you to learn, and for you to be wiser and whatnot. But then
Mm-hmm.
eventually we will get lost, and eventually we want to come back to the righteous path. Like righteous path, not religiously, but you know what I mean, to the
Yeah.
right direction.
I baru balik dari Dublin, I was like, the
Hmm.
first few months I'm macam, no, 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 I don't belong here. You know, like, I don't feel at home here. No, you don't feel like yourself.
Ya, kan?
I don't feel like myself here. Tapi
Pedas-pedas dia
lama-lama,
pun tak sama kan? Pedas makanan pun rasa lain.
yeah.
Macam
Tapi
I tak
lama-lama,
lama-lama
okay,
okey.
yeah.
Okay lah, barulah I dah setahun dah ni. Tak okey pun.
Tak apa, different people takes time.
Okay, okay. I'll take more time. Tapi that's the reality now, kan? It's like
Yeah,
it's
and then,
so hard to meet people, tapi we can only see them on Instagram. Lepas tu
yeah.
kalau jumpa pun macam jadi awkward pun kadang jadi macam tu.
Betul?
It's pelik sebab dah biasa on the phone.
Yeah.
Kan?
Everything is on. Yeah, that human touch tak ada dah.
Dah tak ada. Okay lah Farah, all the best to you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Ahmad, for having
Thank
me.
you. Thanks for listening to He with Rafi Redzwan podcast. New episode airs every Thursday on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to follow He Podcast on Instagram for all the updates and behind the scenes. Please subscribe, rate, review, and comment. Once again, thank you for listening to He with Rafi Redzwan.